Okay, doing a Thursday New York session morning recap. I took one trade for this day. Went in with more of a bullish bias for price near New York Open. We had already repriced lower. It was kind of Wednesday's low just looked unattainable in my eyes. So essentially, once price kind of repriced down for this session here, it kind of just made more sense for price to make a move higher than lower. We came down, we took some form of liquidity. There was also an S&T with ES around here. Once I saw this come in and we were already in the standard deviation of a range for possible longs, it just made more sense in my eye to look for some sort of reprice higher. We left relative equal highs up here as well during Asia and London session, so that move higher just looked a bit more, made a bit more sense in my eyes. So going into the session open, initially I saw this reprice lower. Price moved incredibly lower, which kind of made sense. We'd been bearish, so it made sense for price to take some sort of liquidity. But once I saw this kind of quick reprice higher, I saw my first trade of the day. I took this, actually I only took one trade a day. I took this 30-second inverse fair value gap. There was an S&T down here. Price took some form of liquidity. We took some sort of low, there was some sort of manipulation, and we had all these highs to kind of for price to aim for. So I took a long here. I was looking for these minor highs, I think relative equal highs up there, and my stop was a bit below this. So went in for 1.5 RR ratio. Initially we see this strong move higher. Price makes a new high. And at this point here, I just put my stop to break even. I wasn't too entirely confident of it working. It just made sense, considering price just took those highs, these relative equal highs up here. It just made more sense to put this to break even. And eventually what happens is price does go in, it would take me out. Essentially, a bullish bias would have been successful. It's just you had to wait for another low to be taken, in this case here, which it did. Pretty much 10 a.m. macro was the move higher in this case here. Doesn't expand incredibly higher, but it did work for some sort of a long higher. Maybe if I wasn't so focused on the S&T, I could have been a bit more bearish until these lows were taken, but I saw a really nice R&R trade, and it made sense in my understanding of price action for price to go higher, which it did make a move higher. But yeah,